26th of February. I wasn't going to make a video 2025, but I want to make one on this because I like to predict things. See this Chagos, the Chagos Islands. Now, the French had them way back in the 1700s. The British then took over from the French by agreement, and it's never was Mauritius property. Now, as an Irishman, of course, I don't always agree with Britain being stuck here and there, but you have to use the advantage of the military alliance between Britain, Europe, and America and Canada. Where it plays to their advantage, we might as well keep it. Now, again, I'll have people on here saying the British should keep nothing, they should give back all they have. But what happened with this island is it was never belonged to Mauritius at all. It was all a sort of a no man's land. And the next thing was the Americans give Britain huge money to build a base. And Americans have a de facto base there. I don't know how good it is, but it's there. The British have the island and they can run it. And of course, in the case of a war or a war with China, it would be a vital air base in that area. Now, Keir Starmer's meeting Trump tomorrow, I think. And I predict that those islands are going to be big on the agenda. Just see, will I be right? What did Starmer do? Only give it back to Mauritius. I don't think he's done it yet. And pay them a lot of reparations for an island they never owned. Now, normally it wouldn't matter. But these bases in the Pacific Ocean are vital for the security of the West. And I'm merely pointing out the hypocrisy of the Starmer lecturing America about the security of Europe. And yet he gives away an asset which would be a security for America and Britain, and indeed Europe. You see how stupid and how big a ticko he actually is, a thick-headed idiot. Now, again, I know somebody will say, oh, well, let the Brits do without it, they have enough. Give back everything they have. And a certain amount of that, but we have to be practical. This is an unsinkable aircraft carrier out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean in an area which could, sometime in the future, be a war zone. And giving it away like that is not what the Americans want. Senator John Kennedy, the fellow with the funny southern accent, has highlighted this. And they don't want this given back. So I'm really here, mainly, folks, to tell you, watch it. I bet you now, and this is Wednesday, I'll bet you this will feature. I might be wrong, but there's no point in me telling you I knew what happened yesterday. I'd said Trump is going to say we want those islands kept for future military resources and bases. Unsinkable aircraft carriers are what islands actually are. So comment underneath. I would guess that it's Ursula von der Leyen, the EU Commission, that's pushing this. They want to get at Trump. They want to dethrone him any way they can. And Starmer's over and back every day. Now, bear in mind, there was a meeting yesterday in Europe about the security situation, which has suddenly cropped up. And Trudeau, who's promised to step down from power, was at the meeting. So here you have Canada aligning itself with Europe, not with America. So you see, actually, Canada beginning to look at America as their enemy. They won't stop the migration coming across the Canadian border. That's the biggest problem. But there are others. So, folks, that's it. See, will I be right on this? It would be a good one on my behalf if I hit that right. I think that's going to be an issue in the debate. It mightn't be published. But I'd say Trump will try to hold on to that base. Or if the Brits don't want it, he'll take it instead for the United States. That could be happening. They have Hawaii already out in the Pacific Ocean. So comment underneath and just watch this space. I might be wrong, right? I can't be right all the time. Okay. Trump is making progress on the Panama situation. He's making progress on that, I just have to say. And of course, all of these people, Canada, Britain, and Europe itself, they all seem to think that there's a stack of wisdom in the European Union. They seem to think that Ursula von der Leyen and these crowd have an unbelievable depth of wisdom. And it's not so much that they feel they have the wisdom, they feel they have an inferiority complex. Why is Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister, which underwent Brexit, going over begging with his left-wing crap to the EU? He'd rather be going anywhere else tomorrow than into Washington. Why is that the way? The people of Britain are not anti-American, and yet he ends up being the Prime Minister. But anyway, folks, let's see how that goes. Please be aware of it. It's an island out in the Pacific. It's in the general area of Mauritius. And Mauritius is a rich country enough and a holiday resort, and it's on the protected category. People who come here fleeing Mauritius are allowed into Ireland and given dole and a house immediately. And it's a holiday resort, a great place to go. This is what our government is doing. So folks, this channel is all about beating the misinformation and getting a good discussion going underneath and comment underneath. I'm making more videos than I want, but the thing is so hairy, scary that I just have to try and keep videos on. And also, I always try to predict the future, because if I can predict the future, that puts me on a much higher pedestal from a media and journalistic point of view than the rest. Good luck. Thank you very much. Bye.